Let me ask you something real. How many times have you said something in anger that you regretted? How many times have you let fear stop you from taking action? How many times have you let anxiety steal your peace? Your emotions are powerful. They can either fuel your success or destroy your future. And right now, if you're honest with yourself, your emotions are controlling you more than you're controlling them. If you're ready to take back control and stop letting your feelings dictate your life, hit that subscribe button right now. Because today, we're going to master your emotions before they master you. I know what it's like to be controlled by emotions, to let anger ruin relationships, to let fear kill dreams, to let anxiety paralyze your progress. But here's what I learned that changed everything. Your emotions don't have to control you. You can learn to manage them, channel them, and use them as fuel instead of letting them be your destruction. Today, I'm going to share with you 7 powerful strategies to master your emotions so you can finally take control of your life, your decisions, and your destiny. Stay with me until the end, because your future depends on this. Strategy 1. Understand that emotions are signals, not orders. Your emotions are messengers, not commanders. They inform you, they don't control you. Here's where most people go wrong. They think emotions are orders they have to obey. They feel angry, so they lash out. They feel sad, so they shut down. They feel afraid, so they quit. But emotions aren't commands, they're information. They're signals trying to tell you something. Anger might be telling you that a boundary was crossed. Fear might be telling you that you need to prepare better. Sadness might be telling you that something matters to you. The problem is, most people react to emotions instead of responding to them. There's a massive difference. Reacting is automatic, impulsive, destructive. Responding is intentional, thoughtful, constructive. When you react to anger, you say things you can't take back. When you respond to anger, you address the issue calmly and set clear boundaries. Successful people don't let their emotions make decisions for them. They feel the emotion, they acknowledge it, they understand what it's trying to tell them, and then they decide how to act. They create space between the feeling and the action, and that space is where your power lives. Starting today, when you feel a strong emotion, pause. Don't react immediately. Take 3 deep breaths and ask yourself, what is this emotion trying to tell me? What do I need right now? How can I respond to this in a way that serves my future, not just my feelings? Write it down if you need to. Create that space between feeling and action. That's where mastery begins. Strategy 2. Stop suppressing. Start processing. What you resist persists. What you feel, you can heal. A lot of people think emotional control means shutting down their feelings. Don't be emotional. Toughen up. Get over it. So they shove their emotions down. Ignore them. Pretend they don't exist. And you know what happens? Those emotions don't disappear, they build up. They turn into resentment, bitterness, anxiety, depression. They leak out in unhealthy ways: passive aggression, self-sabotage, explosions of anger at the wrong time. You can't control what you won't acknowledge. You can't master what you refuse to face. Emotional mastery isn't about becoming a robot. It's about becoming aware. It's about feeling your feelings fully so you can move through them, not around them. When you suppress emotions, you give them power over you. When you process them, you take that power back. I'm not saying you should be ruled by your emotions. I'm saying you need to acknowledge them, understand them, and then decide what to do with them. Feel the anger, sit with the sadness, acknowledge the fear, and then let it go. Don't let it set up camp in your mind and start making decisions for you. Tonight, take 10 minutes and journal about what you're feeling. Don't judge it. Don't try to fix it. Just write it down. I feel angry because. I feel scared because. I feel overwhelmed because. Let it out on paper. 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 This is how you process instead of suppress. This is how you release emotions instead of letting them control you from the inside. Strategy 3. Master your triggers. If you don't know what triggers you, you'll always be at the mercy of your reactions. Every single one of you has emotional triggers, specific situations, words, or behaviors that instantly set you off. Maybe someone questions your competence and you explode. Maybe someone criticizes you and you shut down. Maybe someone ignores you and you spiral into self-doubt. These triggers run your life if you don't identify and master them. Here's the truth. Triggers are showing you unhealed wounds. They're pointing to areas where you're still vulnerable, still sensitive, still reactive. And until you address those wounds, those triggers will keep controlling you. You'll keep having the same arguments. You'll keep making the same mistakes. You'll keep sabotaging yourself in the same ways. Emotionally intelligent people know their triggers. They know what sets them off. And because they know, they can prepare. They can create strategies. They can choose different responses. When you're aware of your triggers, you're no longer blindsided by them. You see them coming, and you're ready. Make a list of your top 3 emotional triggers. What situations or behaviors consistently make you react emotionally? Maybe it's feeling disrespected. Maybe it's feeling abandoned. Maybe it's feeling like you're not enough. Write them down. Then, for each trigger, write down a new response you're going to practice. Instead of yelling when you feel disrespected, you're going to calmly state your boundary. Instead of shutting down when criticized, you're going to ask clarifying questions. Prepare your responses now so you're not improvising in the heat of the moment. Strategy 4. Develop emotional discipline. You can't control what you feel, but you can absolutely control what you do with what you feel. Let me be clear. You're going to feel emotions. You're human. You're going to feel angry. You're going to feel scared. You're going to feel hurt. That's not weakness, that's life. But what separates champions from everyone else is emotional discipline. It's the ability to feel the emotion and still do what needs to be done. You feel anxious before that presentation? Do it anyway. You feel uncomfortable having that difficult conversation? Have it anyway. You feel scared to take that risk? Take it anyway. Emotional discipline means your feelings don't get veto power over your actions. They get a voice, but they don't get a vote. Most people are slaves to their emotions. I don't feel like it. I'm not in the mood. I'm too tired. I'm too stressed. And their lives reflect that lack of discipline. They're stuck. They're inconsistent. They're unreliable. But successful people have trained themselves to act regardless of how they feel. They understand that feelings are temporary, but the consequences of their actions are lasting. This week, identify one thing you've been avoiding because of how it makes you feel. Maybe it's a difficult conversation. Maybe it's starting that project. Maybe it's going to the gym. Whatever it is, commit to doing it despite your feelings. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Feel the discomfort and push through anyway. That's how you build emotional discipline. One uncomfortable action at a time. Strategy 5. Change your thoughts. Change your emotions. Your emotions are not happening to you, they're happening because of you. Your thoughts create your feelings. Here's what most people don't understand. Your emotions don't just appear out of nowhere. They're created by your thoughts. You think a thought, that thought triggers a feeling, and that feeling drives your behavior. If you think, I'm not good enough, you feel insecure. If you think, everyone is against me, you feel angry. If you think something bad is going to happen, you feel anxious. The good news? If your thoughts create your emotions, that means you can change your emotions by changing your thoughts. You're not a victim of your feelings. You're the creator of them. When you change the story you're telling yourself, you change how you feel. When you challenge negative thoughts, you reduce negative emotions. Most people live their entire lives being controlled by automatic negative thoughts they never question. I can't do this. I always fail. Nobody likes me. These thoughts run on repeat in their minds, creating a constant stream of negative emotions. But when you become aware of your thoughts and start challenging them, you take back control. Pay attention to your thoughts today. When you feel a negative emotion, pause and ask yourself, what was I just thinking? Identify the thought that created the feeling. Then challenge it. Is it true? Is it helpful? Is there another way to look at this situation? Replace the negative thought with a more empowering one. Instead of, I can't handle this, try, this is challenging, but I've overcome challenges before. Watch how your emotions shift when your thoughts shift. Strategy 6. Build emotional resilience. Resilience isn't about avoiding emotional pain, it's about recovering from it faster. Life is going to knock you down. You're going to face rejection. You're going to experience failure. You're going to deal with loss. That's not a possibility. That's a guarantee. The question isn't whether you'll face emotional challenges. The question is, how quickly will you recover? Emotional resilience is the ability to bounce back. It's the ability to feel the pain, process it, learn from it, and move forward. Most people get hit with one setback, and they're down for weeks, months, or even years. They let one failure define them. They let one rejection destroy their confidence. They let one bad experience create a permanent negative mindset. But resilient people feel the pain just as deeply. They're not robots. They hurt, they grieve, they struggle. The difference is, they don't stay there. They feel it, they process it, they learn from it, and they keep moving. They understand that emotions are temporary, but quitting is permanent. They understand that how they feel today doesn't determine what they can achieve tomorrow. Think about the last time you faced a setback. How long did it take you to recover? A day? A week? A month? Now, commit to cutting that recovery time in half. Next time. When something goes wrong, give yourself permission to feel it, but set a time limit. I'm going to be upset about this for 24 hours, and then I'm moving forward. Create a resilience routine. Exercise, journaling, talking to someone you trust, focusing on what you can control. Build your emotional bounce-back muscle. Strategy 7. Surround yourself with emotional intelligence. End of crease. To this screed, you become emotionally mature by being around emotionally mature people. Show me someone who's constantly around drama, negativity, and emotional chaos, and I'll show you someone who's emotionally unstable. Show me someone who's surrounded by calm, grounded, emotionally intelligent people, and I'll show you someone who's mastering their emotions. Your environment shapes your emotional state more than you realize. If you're around people who explode at every little thing, you'll start doing the same. If you're around people who complain constantly, you'll start seeing problems everywhere. If you're around people who play the victim, you'll start blaming everyone else for your problems. But if you're around people who handle challenges with grace, you'll learn to do the same. If you're around people who communicate clearly and calmly, you'll improve your own communication. If you're around people who take responsibility for their emotions, you'll stop blaming others for how you feel. Emotional mastery isn't just a personal journey, it's a social one. You need to be around people who model the emotional maturity you're trying to develop. You need mentors who've mastered their emotions. You need friends who call you out when you're being reactive. You need a community that holds you accountable to your emotional growth. Audit your circle right now. Who are the 5 people you spend the most time with? Are they emotionally mature, or emotionally reactive? Are they helping you grow or keeping you stuck in drama? If your circle is full of people who are constantly in emotional chaos, it's time to expand your circle. Seek out people who have the emotional intelligence you want to develop. Join communities focused on growth. Find mentors who can teach you. Your emotional future depends on who you surround yourself with. Now you know the 7 strategies to master your emotions before they destroy your life. Which one are you going to start with today? Drop a comment below and let me know which strategy resonated most with you. Let's build emotional mastery together. Let me leave you with this truth. Your emotions are one of the most powerful forces in your life. They can drive you to greatness or drag you into destruction. They can fuel your purpose or sabotage your potential. The choice is yours, but you have to make that choice consciously, deliberately, intentionally. Mastering your emotions doesn't mean you stop feeling. It means you stop being controlled by what you feel. It means you create space between stimulus and response. It means you process instead of suppress. It means you respond instead of react. It means you build discipline, resilience, and awareness. Your life will change the moment you take control of your emotional state. Your relationships will improve. Your decisions will get better. Your peace will increase. Your success will accelerate. All of it starts with emotional mastery. So here's your choice. You can keep letting your emotions run your life, letting anger destroy your relationships, letting fear kill your dreams, letting anxiety steal your peace. Or you can decide today that you're going to master your emotions before they master you. Pick one strategy from this video and implement it today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. Start small. Start imperfect. But start. Because emotional mastery isn't a destination, it's a daily practice. And every day you practice, you get stronger, calmer, more in control. Success doesn't just happen. It's built on the foundation of emotional intelligence. You have the power. You have the tools. Now go, build that mastery. If this video spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself. Like it, share it with someone who needs to hear this message, and subscribe to this channel. Let's grow together. Let's master our emotions together. Let's become unstoppable together. Now go, master your emotions, and watch your life transform.